How are you gonna work, Dave?
Welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we're going to focus on my very first car, which is a 1964 Impala that I got when I was 13. It's currently tucked away in storage. I got to go dig that thing out, but I got to finish cleaning the shop first. But today, my buddy Mike Howe is going to come over and we're going to focus on all the suspension. We got control arms, coilover conversions, all kinds of goodies that I've had stockpiled for a long time. It's happening today. And we're going to take those wheels off the 57 that do not belong there, put those on the Impala because I think they'll look way better on that car. Take the steel wheels that are on my 55 up there, put those back on the 57 where they belong, and take the Kragers off the Impala, put those on the 55. So lots of changes for all the cars, but mainly the Impala is going to get a complete suspension upgrade, and I'm going to lower it as far as I can. That's the instructions.
David.
He said it would work. He was a salesman. 65, 68, it's fine.
64.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's just.
We have a ton of parts for the 64. I bought all of this in Biloxi, Mississippi for cruising the coast at a swap meet down there in October. QA1 sent me a coilover conversion for the front, shocks for the rear, and then everything else I bought at the swap meet. We have a front disc brake conversion, tubular control arms, new booster, new master, new everything. So, buddy Mike Howe is gonna help me. We're gonna get after it and try and get all this installed today, right?
Ish.
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 Ish. Maybe. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, I hope to put the wheels off the 57 on this car and have it on the ground. Cotton's always yelling at me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not here to yell. So he can do whatever.
I can do what I want. And right now, I'm going to cut these rear coil springs. The front of the car is going to be on coilovers, so we can adjust that. But the back, we're stuck with coil springs. So I'm going to go ahead and cut one full coil off of these to lower the back. And if it's not enough, I'll cut one more. We'll start with one. I think it's going to be good.
And if it's too much, we'll just weld it back together.
Yeah, of course.
Can you clean this in here?
Absolutely.
Because it looks gross.
Yeah, this thing's good. Plug it up for a minute, let it heat up, and it works really good. What's the issue here?
Dave, did you buy this kit on like the clearance rack or something?
No. I bought all this from an Impala dealer at the swap meet in Biloxi.
No.
But what are we missing?
All the bolts.
All the hardware?
There's no hardware, which is fine usually, but we have like this is the stock bolt that holds the backing plate on for the drums. So we're gonna have to cut this nub off the back here because otherwise it's gonna hit the rotor. And then we'll have to get 2 bolts here, make a spacer. Bob's your uncle. Yeah.
I feel like we can do this.
It'll be alright. It's just mildly inconvenient.
That is aggravating. That is aggravating. You gotta tighten that bolt right there.
Which one?
On the mount for the lower controller.
It's tight. It's
What about the other one?
it's tight-ish.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Okay, I'm just make sure.
We're just
Test fitting. Test fitting.
It's good. You know, the reason why it's like this is because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
If this was like Monday, we would be
I
fine.
have no problem, yeah.
But it's Sunday. So, yeah.
I feel like we can make this happen. So
It'll be okay.
it looks good.
Yeah,
Kinda.
it's great. I used the orange Phantom machine and cleaned up the spindle. I didn't clean up this thing though because I didn't feel like taking it off.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's just everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. One day I'll restore the car and like paint stuff and clean stuff, but today's not that day. Let's make it drivable because Power Tour is in a couple of months.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what I'm taking.
No way.
Yeah. The Impala never gets driven ever. It just gets parked. But this year, we're going to put a lot of miles on it.
I don't think he's a lot.
At least 1,000.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah. Give us an update. What's happening?
Oh. We got the other side done. Some trials and tribulations. We didn't get the bolts. The instructions showed you putting the caliper on backwards and where it's supposed to go, so I had it all together. And then I had to take it all apart and put it back together the correct way, which was backwards from the instructions. And then once we got it all together, the cotter pin wouldn't go in because with the bolts, they send a smaller castle nut, which we didn't have. So it's been an ordeal. So.
Yeah. I bought all this stuff, and the main part it was missing was all the hardware. So we had to make do. But he's got the control arms on. They look good. The QA1 coilover conversion, disc brakes. Passenger side's done. The rear is a different story. I accidentally got sent the wrong kit. This is for a C10. So basically, there's too much axle play in this. So this is actually supposed to hold the axle in, not this piece. You're supposed to get rid of this, and this piece takes that place, but it doesn't. It's the wrong stuff, wrong kit. But I did cut one full coil out of these springs. So I'm curious as to how low it's going to be now. I've got a new Panhard bar for this, and I've got new QA1 shocks for the rear. So we're going to throw that stuff on there, and then I'm going to pull Krusty up here, take the wheels off of that, and try and fit them on this car. Then I was going to try and fit the Kragers on the 57, but I keep forgetting I have giant brakes on that car, and I don't think they're going to fit. The back might, because the rear brakes aren't near as big as the front. The front's 13-inch rotors. Those are never going to work. But I do got spacers. I can rig it.
Yeah, you can.
So we're going to keep pushing forward. Try and get this back to a running, driving car today, minus the rear brakes. We'll just pinch that line off.
We took it up street side yesterday for a little show.
The back is temporarily put back together with no rotors, no calipers, no nothing. I got the line pinched off for the brakes. Mike's got everything done on the front end. Now we can put some fluid in there, bleed the brakes, and see how low it's going to be. Because you got the coilovers set all the way down at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm. All the way down.
And I got one full coil cut off the back. And now when you let it down, the coil springs are dangling. I got to get under there and line them up when you let the car down. They're falling out of the car.
Safety first.
Safety first. Yeah, these are off the 57. So come check out the 57. Yeah. So much better. Back to the 70s hot rod look that I wanted. The back has a 1-inch spacer because those are only 15 by 8-inch wheels. The car is built for a 15 by 10, so by putting that 1-inch spacer on the back, push it away from the big brakes enough to clear. The front, on the other hand, is a 15 by 6, and it has a 2-inch spacer in order to clear those giant brakes. It doesn't stick out, but it does look a little goofy. I think if I get a 15 by 4 for the front with the right backspace and a little spacer, it will clear those big brakes. Because in Biloxi, I put those skinnies with a 1-inch spacer on this brake setup and it cleared. So I might just order 2 more wheels and leave the Kragers on here, because it does look pretty good. It looks way better than it did. That's all I care about. How are we looking?
Gross.
Gross?
Yep. Now go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in the truth.
You want to go down now?
Yeah, I gotta crawl under the back.
Hilarious.
This is gonna be a pain in the butt.
Okay.
Let me know when you're about to get squished.
Okay, I think. Need a little bit more. All right, hold on. All right, let me check them out there. Oh shit.
Oh. Maybe you up now.
Oh.
You made it.
Yes. Look at that. It's on the. It's still on the rack.
Still on the rack. Is it on the rack? Is it back? Nope.
Okay, I'll jack the front up and we'll see how low it's going. That's perfect.
How are you gonna work, Dave?
Boom, baby.
Ooh.
No. Look how freaking awesome it looks.
You want the wheel back?
Yes, sir.
Let's hold it here for a moment.
Buddy,
I wouldn't be able
it smells like it.
to-
Whoa. Okay. Which like half an inch, bro. Perfect.
Enough.
It'll make for a sweet picture. Well, that's it. We have got most of the work done to the Impala. We're missing several key components, like all the hardware for the front end. We
Yeah.
just had to make do with what we had. The rear brake setup, all wrong. It's just brake line is literally pinched off right now, so I can just move the car around the yard. So we only have front brakes, but the wheel change was the right move. Those wheels did not belong on the 57, and those Kragers damn sure belong on the 57. And I can let people see them.
Yeah, I was just blocking it with my body.
But look how low this is. I cut one coil out of the back. The back is perfect. The front, still a tad too low. We got to raise the coilovers up just a little bit and then get it aligned because it's way off. But yeah, dude, I love the way it looks. I like the wheels much better on here. I like the stance. So we're actually making some good progress. But I'd like to thank Mike for coming to help me today. You got to subscribe to his channel. He builds some really awesome stuff, custom stuff, like fab. That is where he shines.
Yeah, we do a lot of air ride stuff, full chassis stuff, a lot of newer stuff, a lot of old stuff, bunch of truck stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so come check it out. How's it doing garage? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, drop us a line.
He's also helped us out a lot too. He's worked on the ramp trucks, both of them. You fixed the frame on Square Force because it was sagging in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you added what? Airbags to the OG ramp truck.
Yeah, we did airbags, onboard air.
Yeah.
And did something else to it too, but I forget.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Awesome channel. I'll put a link down below so you can check him out. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.